Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going over the daily races then in Gran Turismo. So race A is the Autopolis International Racing Circuit Short Course. Race B is Autodrome Lagio Magyar Full Course in the GT4 cars. And then race C is Willow Springs International Raceway for the Big Willow Circuit with the Grade 3 cars. So first of all, we're going to head into this, and the regulation car is the Ferrari Terra Dosita. You don't have to have it in your garage, you can just rent the car. I recommend renting it because you do not actually have to purchase it, because you cannot change any of the settings right here. So then you will go to the qualifying time trial. As you obviously cannot change the settings of this car, what the best way to do the qualifying is going around in a lovely motion with the circuit. I say really easy circuit. The brake balance, I believe you cannot change as well, so it isn't exactly brilliant. But let's go into the Tanya. You cannot change the brake balance at all, so you just have to put up with whatever the car is. So it's a really odd track, not really been used in the last year or two. Bull racing this circuit. That's it. We had a weekly race last week on this circuit. The long circuit was a long weekly race, if you guys can remember. So here is the lap of qualifying you'll need to take. As they brake when I brake, you downshift when I downshift, and we'll drift around that corner right there. Like so. I only suggest using these markers as the lines. Don't use the racing line dynamic thing. You can see the racing line on the floor, as you can see right there. You move over to the side, and like I say, really easy, really nice circuit this circuit is. I really enjoy this circuit very much. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, I really enjoy this circuit quite a lot. So just follow my lines. This is a really good line to take for the qualifying right here around this circuit. So you have to use the hards. There's no point trying to use any other kind of tyre. Like I say, this is a really nice lap to do. And then you straighten it out and head straight over to the finish line like so. And that is the 1 minute 22, a lap around there. Right there, you get your 2 miles for approximately doing that one, and that will put us in 2000th in the world. 1 minute 17th is the best right there. So that puts us 2,500th in the world. It's pretty good time. 1 minute 22 right there. So that is how you do the qualifying time for that. Now we're going to look at the actual race settings. So now we go over to the actual race settings for this. You'll have no pit stop needed because the fuel is not sufficient enough. There'll be a grid start with the false start check. So if you release your brakes too early, you will get a false start. You have to use specified car settings, so it don't matter whatever the car is. The track limits are normal, no number of pit stops, safety rating and drive rating is affected. There is mechanical damage, and there's a shortcut penalty with the other car collision penalty as well. So enough from that one. Then we're going to Autodrome Lagio Magyar right here. So with the cars you can use, I would also suggest looking at the qualifying time trial right here for this one. So it is with a GT6 on the G7 right there. So then I can look in my thing right here. So I don't have this one, but I would recommend the GTR Grade 4 right there on the hard tyres to do this one. You are allowed to use brake balance only. You can, no pit stops needed right there. No pit stops will be needed. The same settings as the other one right there. Essentially, you can use brake balance as well. Other than that, there's nothing you can use. You can't have wide body, you can't have nitrous. So let's go straight into the qualifying. So with this car, which I'm going to suggest you use the GTR. We're going to go through this circuit. I'm going to show you a quick lap of this for the qualifying. So once you're loaded, I'm also going to tell you to set your brake balance to 2 on the rear, due to the race and for qualifying. So as soon as you get into here, straight away switch over to brake balance and put it to 2 on the rear, right there. And now we can go into this lap right here. So it should be a really good lap, easy to do. Stay on the outside for this corner, straight into the back here. If you get this corner wrong, you will have to abort your lap because you're going to lose too much time. So you have to come in swing, keep it on the outside, brake to the inside, to the outside right there, and you're going to pull over to the outside again, and then come around at full throttle into the heavy braking zone before coming around here, getting a bit on the sausage curb and accelerating massively out of that corner right there. Then you're going to drive down towards turn 5 right here with the really heavy flat out section until you get into this braking zone right here with the really sharp corner. So just drifting around that bit there and then putting your foot planted to the floor. Take a bit of that curb there, just keep to the outside here and get on a bit of my curve there before going around this section here, flat out. Lift off a little bit through there before hitting the pedal right down to the floor again, and then take that sausage curb right there. So you got to go to the curb on that side and the sausage curb before coming over here to tap the curb before coming straight off it. Down the Autodrome Le Maggiore hill right here, down, and you want to brake just after the 50-yard marker and put your foot flat on the pedal again after. Get a bit on that yellow section there. Over to that curb, take the full curb on this one here, just curve round, take a lot of curb there as well, drift out and take the curb there as well before going onto the curb there, before braking heavily into that corner. I always take the outside route. I do not like to keep it on the inside there. And we also go around here before flat out accelerating through there. Take the sausage curb on there and go around to the outside here before taking the final corner down here, swinging through and accelerating full over that curb right there before coming round to straight on your car up and take the finish line. So that is how you do that. I get 2 minute 19 second right there. I don't know where that puts us in the world, we'll have to have a look. But in that car, it's a really good solid lap time. That'll put us at 9,000th in the world. 2 minutes 6 is the best in the GT by Citroen. Like I say, I prefer the GTR. It's way better acceleration at top speed. But yeah, that is that one for you guys. So the final one will be race C, and that is the grade 3 cars around Willow Springs right here. So we're over into Willow Springs, and this one you will have to make a pit stop right here in the grade 3 cars. You have to use medium and hard, so you have to go from hard to mediums or mediums to hard. There's a big, the penalty systems are still the same right there with the mechanical damage as well. You don't have to make a minimum number of pit stops, but you do because you have to use both types of tyres. And yeah, there's 16 cars with a rolling start. So we're going to have a look at the qualifying time rankings. People using the Briazzi or the M6 Endurance. Let's have a look what we have in our view here. We have the Endurance Model 16 right there. So we're going to use the Endurance right there. We're going to have to put the... I think it's hards and mediums you have to have both on. One sec, let me just quickly buy the mediums. I think I have to have the mediums as well. Yeah, right there. So we're going to put it on the mediums to do the qualifying right there. You can do the brake bounce as well, by the way, as well. So we're going to go over to the qualifying trial right here. And straight into them. We also have a brake bounce of -2 this time on the front axle of the car. So we'll go ahead and press start straight away before going over there and doing the rear 2 axle no, the front two on the axle right there. To accelerate flat out through here to get the perfect start to the lap. Cut back to over here. And we're going to start going for our qualifying lap. I'm going to brake at the 75-yard mark, so in between the 150, about halfway between that. Then over here we're going to brake at that marker there. I'm going to tap off the track there a little bit before drifting back around here. Keep it flat out through the whole section of track. So we we won't. See guys, that shows you how easy it is to lose the car on this track, so we'll have to retry that one. So yeah, back to the -2 rate on the brake bias right there. But that just shows you how easy it is to lose the car once you get off track around this circuit. So we have to come back over here, take the start of the qualifying lap again. Let's say it's really, really hard to stay on the track fully, but you have to do it. So again, brake at the 75. Right round straight out there, come round through there and brake at that marker again, and take it really, really round on the inside right there. Lift off a little bit before putting your foot back down so you don't go off the track there. And then we're going to brake at the 50 right there before going up the hill. So kick the inside to the braking zone by staying inside. And you flat out accelerate it through this section. So you hit here, heavy braking zone. Go flat out down here. Right there. For keeping it flat through this whole section right here. Keeping it flat out. Braking at the 150. Oh, it went off. But like I say guys, that's basically the whole lap. As we showed you before, I went off a little bit there at the end. But yeah, that's basically the lap. As you can see, that's the finish line right there. Yeah, I just got the tangled up right at the end there. But yeah, so that is race C for you right there. I say we all make mistakes. I'm a Ferrari driver and I still make mistakes on that one. So yeah, it's quite hard. But yeah guys, so they are the 3 different races. So thank you for watching. I hope you like and enjoyed the video. So we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye for now guys.